In a Mogadishu classroom tucked away from the world, this class is practicing spelling. At the back, the baby of the class, a 6-year-old, isn't quite keeping up, but is happy just to clap along. Ranging in age from 6 to 11, these girls all have one thing in common. They have either been raped or suffered through the rape of a loved one. Even the 6-year-old is a rape survivor. Next door in the clinic adjoining the class, a 7-year-old and his mother are in for a checkup. The mother was raped and then watched helpless as her son was molested. Too afraid to seek help, she did what she thought would help: wash her son's wounds with hot water and salt for 4 excruciating days until they were found and brought here. This is the El-Man Peace and Human Rights Center. Founded in 2011, this is Somalia's first rape crisis center. For the safety of the center's staff and the victims, we agreed not to reveal the location of the centers we visited. When you hear the numbers, they're pretty extraordinary. 1,700 raped in camps in Mogadishu alone.
And also that it's not just in the IDP communities too. It's very much the host community that's also affected by rampant abuse of sexual and gender-based violence.
Rape in Somalia carries huge social stigma, and after more than 2 decades of war, there is no way of knowing how many women are suffering in silence. For the first time in decades, there is reason for optimism here: a newly appointed and popular president and increased security. Yet the plight of Somalia's women has seen little improvement. Earlier this year, Lola Usman Baraka made headlines when she reported her rape at the hands of men she claims were government soldiers. They took turns to rape me, she told us, only stopping when they thought I was dead. When she reported the crime, it was Baraka who was arrested and convicted of defaming a government institution. Eventually, she was freed after a huge international outcry, but she tells us her attackers have yet to face justice. The United Nations says 70% of the rapes perpetrated in Somalia are carried out by men in military uniform. The Somali Prime Minister admitted to us that they have a problem.
There has not been effective government in Somalia for so long time. But really, now we are organizing ourselves, and I think that we will disconnect from the future, from the past. Recently, we have nominated a new police commissioner. Judiciary is in reform, and we are really constituting a new policy for making women and our women and children safer than ever.
But activists say the damage has been done.
I think it's become a lot harder for women to report rape. One clear message was sent to them that if you do report a rape, there's much of a chance of you ending up in jail as the perpetrator.
And often the same woman is raped repeatedly by different perpetrators. Hawa agreed to talk to us as long as we concealed her identity and referred to her by a pseudonym. After being raped, she told us she fled her home for what she thought was a new beginning in another part of town. In her new home, and in spite of being pregnant with the first rapist's baby, she says she was attacked again. The UN is due to send in a British-funded team of experts on sexual violence to support the Somali government in establishing protection mechanisms, but that will take time and money in a country that has so many pressing needs.
I think that this newfound stability and these new steps toward this new progress that has been made by Somalia, that the entire world is celebrating, because it is indeed worth celebrating, that it has to be something that everybody has access to, and that 10 years ago and today shouldn't be the same for the woman that was disregarded either way.
For now, they're relying on themselves and each other to rebuild their lives as best they can. Naam al-Bagher, CNN, Mogadishu.